everyone, happy Monday. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Daria, and today we are doing a full body, feel good, creative flow. So this one has some interesting transition movements, but it's all over stretching, feeling good, flow. All you'll need today is yourself and a space to move, and when you're ready, let's get into it. We'll start today in tabletop, so make your way up to hands and knees, bringing your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Claw through all 10 of your fingers, and then tuck your toes behind you, keeping your knees spread. Take an inhale to send your hips back and your heart forward, melting into active child's pose. Press down and forward through your palms as you shift your hips back. And then curl your belly button up toward your spine and round forward through all fours through a cat position. And then make your way all the way down to lie on your belly, melting your low belly, your heart, and eventually your chin into the earth. Untuck your toes, press into your toenails. Inhale for cobra, baby cobra. Draw your shoulder blades together to touch. Float your hands away from the earth. Firm your quads, press into your toenails. Keep the back of your neck lengthening forward as you lift your heart. And then exhale, ground your palms, tuck your toes. Shift through tabletop and press all the way into downward facing dog. Lift your hips all the way up and back. Emphasize the press into the L shape between your thumb and index finger, and then stick each individual finger pad into the earth. Widen your inner thighs toward the back wall and send your heart toward your quads as you hug your forearms to the midline and spin your shoulder blades externally away from each other. And feel into the grounding in the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. And notice your breath. Notice if you're breathing deeply, if your breath is conscious or unconscious. See if you can take the fullest breath of your day so far, filling up every fiber of your body with air, touching every space with breath. And then take a big sigh through your mouth, letting all of that go. Inhale to lift up from the earth, from the roots of your hands and your feet. Exhale again, sigh, let something go. Continue with deepening your breath, full inhalations, full exhalations as we move through this practice. Inhale, lift up tall onto the balls of your feet. Wave forward to high plank. Exhale, lower your knees. Keep your butt elevated and lower your chest and your chin to the earth. Glide through like a reptile. Untuck your toes. And then bring your palms to interlace at the base of your spine. Press into your toenails. Keep a micro bend in your elbows and then reach your hands away from you as you send your heart forward from back to front like a swell. Inhale to lift up even more, and then maybe begin to hover your toes and your thighs away from the earth. Reach back through your hands, reach forward through the crown of your head, and reach back through your toenails. And then exhale, melt everything back into the earth. Undo the grip of your hands, ground your palms, tuck your toes, glide through tabletop, and lift all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Send more weight into your left toes and inhale to float your right leg up high. Keep the hips square by spinning your right pinky toe down to face toward the earth. Draw your lowest set of ribs together and down and reach your right toes 1 inch higher. Exhale, low lunge. Glide your right foot through between your palms and slowly step the surface area of your right foot down. Inhale and press down through the big toe mounds of both of your feet as you rise to stand for high lunge. Ripple up through your heart, through your fingertips and your eyes. Exhale, warrior two. Open up to the long edge of your mat. Align your front foot with the inner arch of your back. Anchor down through the knife edge of your left foot and sink your hips down evenly as you reach out through both sets of fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Drop your left arm down and then reach your right arm up. Glide it next to your ribs beside you, creating more length as the hand pulls up and all the way back. Look up with both of your eyes towards your right fingertips, cinch your waist, and see if you can create even more space. Exhale. Shift forward to half moon. Launch into your right foot. Ground your right fingertips a few inches in front of your right foot. Maybe bring a block under your right hand and reach up with your left arm, stacking your hips. Root down into your big toe and your pinky toe on your right foot like you're clawing into sand. Stay here, or maybe bend your left knee, kick your left heel into your butt and reach around to grab for it with your left hand. And from there, kick your left toes actively into your left hand. Expand the space from your left hip bone to your left knee. And stay firmly rooted down through your right heel as you kick maybe just a bit more. Good. Without slingshotting, gently, easily undo the grip of your hand. And now transition as smoothly, as effortlessly as possible back to warrior two. Taking it slow and steady, reaching forward through the right fingertips to counteract the step of your left foot long and back behind you, and then settle into your right knee. Inhale, squeeze your inner thighs together, pull your right foot towards your left, shift your hips back as you reach forward through your right fingertips, and then bring them down, bring your right hand down to your right shin, the front of your right shin. Keep a solid press down through both feet, and reach up with your left fingertips, look up with your right eye. Check in with your breath. Fill up with air on the inhale. And on the exhale, maybe you melt your right hand down closer to your right foot or to the inside or outside of the foot. You can ground your fingertips or your palm. Revolve your right rib cage toward your left and then reach forward with the left fingertips. So the arm extends from the crown of your head, getting into the side body, the left side body. Contract through your right side body to create more expansion in the left side. And then exhale, revolve your left fingertips back down inside of your right foot. And swivel your hips now to face the top of your mat for pyramid pose. Your feet can stay pretty much where they are. If you need to readjust, that's okay. Feel into the rooting of both of your feet. Send your outer right hip back and your left hip a little forward as you inhale to halfway lift and grow your spine from the core of your pelvis out through the tips of your ears. And then on an exhale, keeping your feet rooted, melt your heart forward and down. Option always to bring blocks under your hands or fingertips for a little more lift away from the earth. Again, inhale, undulate up through your spine, and then exhale like a wave crashing into the beach. Fold forward over your right leg. One more breath here. Inhale to find more length. Exhale, this time pick up your left heel, swivel your left toes to face the top of your mat. Bend into your right knee slightly, and with a big inhalation, press into your right foot and grow your arms out to the side as your left toes go long and back behind you for airplane. Hug your front body to your back body. Draw your shoulder blades together underneath you. Press down from your right glute into your right heel to be so anchored and so rooted. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Step your left foot down beside your right. Fold from your hips. Feet are hips distance apart. Let your head drop. Take an inhale to grow your spine and lengthen. Halfway lift. And then exhale, melt back into yourself. Again, big inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back to high plank and float. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower down halfway, elbows pull into your rib cage. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, glide back to downward facing dog. Press down through your right toes as you inhale to reach your left leg high. Draw your ribs together like they're magnetized. Press down and forward through your palms and see if you can grow your left heel 1 inch higher. Exhale, low lunge, step through with the left foot to the top of your mat. Really slowly put the left foot down. Pull your inner thighs together as you inhale to rise up for high lunge. Fingertips flow through the midline and up overhead. Shoulder blades, shoulders soften down away from your ears so your neck stays long. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, expand out to the side. Sink both hips down evenly and root down, anchor down through the soles of your feet. Inhale to reverse warrior. Drop your right hand down and then slowly sweep up the left side of your body with your left hand and then reach all the way up and back with your left fingertips. And take an inhale to extend through all of the lines of your body. Reach even more. And then exhale, big transition. Launch forward into your left foot. Plant your left fingertips down and reach your right leg up for half moon. It's okay if you wobble or calibrate, or even if you come out, just get back into it with your breath. Reach up through your right fingertips. Root down through your left foot. Stack your right hip over your left and spread your right toes even wider away from each other. Stay, or maybe go for grabbing the top of your right foot with your right hand and then kick your right foot into your hand as you grow. Create more space, open your heart, find a steady point to focus your gaze and hold it there. So the gaze is steady, the mind is steady. And then without slingshotting, let go of the grip of your foot if you took it, and super slowly, intentionally transition back to warrior 2, using the power of your legs as you go. And if it's not that slow or smooth, that's okay too. Sink down, warrior 2. Inhale to squeeze your legs toward each other, magnetize them together. Shift your hips back, reach forward through your left fingertips, and then cascade them all the way down to your left shin to begin as you reach up through your right fingertips. Let both sides of your body grow longer. So rather than sinking down, stay lifted, stay buoyant. And then on an exhale, maybe shift down so that your left palm or fingertips come either to the inside or the outside of your left leg. Gaze up with your left eye, and then reach forward through your right fingertips, pressing down all the time through the knife edge of your right leg. Inhale to grow even more than you think that you can. On an exhale, swivel to face the top of your mat. For pyramid pose, readjust your stance slightly if you need. Ground fingertips down to the earth or to blocks. Inhale for halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, melt your heart forward towards your left toes. Inhale, really ripple up through your whole spine. Let this feel really good. And then exhale, bow forward. One more breath right here. Inhale, lift up onto the ball of your right foot. Swivel your right toes now to face the top of your mat. Bend a little into your left knee and then launch into the left leg as you reach your fingertips out wide away from each other for airplane, growing your right toes toward the back of the room. Draw your navel in and up. Grow as much back through right toes as you reach forward through the crown of your head. One more inhale. And then exhale, step your right foot down next to your left, hips distance apart, and fold. Take a big drop here just to release everything. You can shake out your head. Maybe sigh if you need one. And then when you're ready, inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, palms plant. You can step or jump your feet back to a high plank and flow your version, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach high with your right leg. Exhale, low lunge, glide your right foot through. Step it super slowly down between your hands, one tissue at a time, melt it into the earth. Inhale, hug to the midline, rise to stand, draw your fingertips through your heart and then up overhead. Exhale, open up, warrior two, expand, sink your tailbone. Inhale, reverse warrior, sweep right fingertips up and back, reach for something that's a little behind you that you can almost grab from the ceiling like a star out of the sky. Exhale, half moon, launch forward into your right toes. Lift your left toes high, open up your body toward the side of the mat. Stay, or again, maybe play with bending the left knee and kicking into your left hand. Take a block under your right hand as an option. If you need a little elevation away from the earth, you can play with what that feels like. And then release that grip easily, gently. Bend into your right knee. Reach forward with your right fingertips as you transition back to warrior two, stepping your left foot down smoothly behind you. Inhale, hug your legs toward each other. Squeeze your inner thighs so much together that they shake and the right knee comes more to straighten. Reach back with your left hip and forward through your right fingers. And then as you exhale, melt down into triangle. Big full breaths through your whole body. Inhale to reach more up through left fingertips, and then exhale, take them forward. Grow through the whole left side of your body. Keep a root down, a press down through the big toe mounds of both of your feet. Reach. And then exhale, spin to face the top of your mat. Send your right hip back and your left hip forward. Pyramid pose. Just one breath here. Inhale to ripple forward through your spine. Exhale and melt. Inhale, lift your left toes, bend into your right knee and rise up for airplane. Grow your arms out to the side and be so firmly rooted that you can just hover. And now a big challenge, a big transition. So have patience and just remember to play, that it's not that serious. And if you fall out, just come back into it. Inhale, expand through fingertips. As you exhale, shift to half moon, hovering your right fingertips away from the earth, stacking left hip over right. And then inhale, revolve back to square your hips toward the earth to airplane, sending your arms out to the side. One more time, let's try it. Swivel to face the long edge of your mat, stack left hip over right, Ardha Chandrasana. And then exhale, glide all the way back to airplane. If you're shaking, me too. Good. Okay, I lied. We're going one more time into Ardha Chandrasana. Swivel to face the side of your mat. And then you can ground your right fingertips to the earth and bend into your right knee to step your left foot down behind you. We're moving into extended side angle. So however you need to get there. Reground your right palm down in front of your right foot. Left leg is back behind you, anchored down through the knife edge. And then reach up through your left fingertips toward the sky. Keep a buoyancy in your pelvis and your hips by hugging your inner thighs together. And then reach forward through left fingertips. Again, huge side body stretch. Expanding, growing longer. And then revolve to face the top of your mat for low lunge. Plant your palms. Glide your right knee into your right tricep. Hold it right here. And then swivel your right shin to a 45-degree angle. And slowly lower your right shin to the earth. Crawl your left toes back behind you, bringing fingertips into the midline of your body. Stay with your left toes tucked. And take an inhale and squeeze your knees together. Squeeze right foot toward left knee to lift your hips. Draw your pelvic floor up so pubic bone pulls up towards your sternum and your heart grows. And then exhale, melt your hips back down to the earth. And from here, if you're ready to just fold forward, melt into a half pigeon, go for it. You can untuck your back toes, keep the hips square by spinning your left inner thigh up toward the ceiling all the time, and then melt forward. If you want to play a little bit more, bring your fingertips up towards your hips. And then as you inhale, squeeze your legs together, reach fingertips out and up overhead, and bring your palms together to touch. And stay with a lift in your hips. On an inhale, cinch your waist, grow your heart forward and up. And then as you exhale, maybe go for a back bend here. Gaze up at your fingers and then lean into your back body using your shoulder blades behind you as support. When you've had enough of that, you can now untuck your back toes and gently fold forward for half pigeon, and we'll stay for a few calming breaths here. Slow it all down. Let the back of your neck be long and let your head rest maybe down on your thumbs or on a block or on fists that are stacked. Direct your breath intentionally right to the sensation that you feel and soften around that initial sensation. So if at first it feels really intense, notice the effects of your awareness and that directed breath on the sensation. Maybe it softens or becomes blurrier or becomes more liquid. Press into your elbows and rise all the way back up to fingertips. Ground your palms down, tuck your left toes. Glide your right knee up to your tricep or to your armpit, and then step all the way back, downward facing dog. Good. Big inhale. Clearing exhale breath. Release and let that go. One more time to the left. Press into your right toes and inhale to reach your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Slowly step your left foot down between your palms one little bit at a time. Inhale, rise to stand for high lunge. Sweep your arms through the midline. Let your heart erupt and let your fingertips float overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Expand to the long edge of your mat. Realign your feet however you need and then anchor them down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep your right arm down as your left arm glides alongside the left side of your body and expands all the way up and back. Sink more into your front leg as you reach back farther with left fingertips. Exhale, half moon. Ardha Chandrasana, launch forward into your left leg. Root into all of your left toes and your left heel. And stay right here, floating, hovering with hips stacked, or maybe kick your right heel into your right glute. Reach with your hand to grab for the top of your foot. And lengthen the space from right hip bone all the way through right toes, growing your heart. And then release as slowly and intentionally as you can, taking each piece of the sensational experience of the journey back to warrior two. Reach out with your arms, melt your hips, and then inhale. Squeeze everything toward the midline. Shift your right hip a little back. Reach forward through your left fingertips and glide your way down into triangle. Reach up with right fingertips, look up with your left eye. Maybe eventually melting your left palm into the earth in front of or behind your left foot. And then with your solid, rooted, anchored, grounded legs and feet, reach forward with right fingertips to grow more space between all of your ribs on the right side. Big inhale. And on an exhale, spin to face the top of your mat for pyramid pose. Outer left hip shifts back, right hip shifts a little forward. One breath, inhale, undulate through your spine. Exhale, melt your heart down and forward. Inhale, lift up onto the ball of your right foot. Bend a little into your left knee and rise all the way to airplane, growing your arms out to the sides to hover. Right toes reach long and back behind you. And now again, we just play. So it's okay if this side's a little different. If you're wobbling, just stay with it. Inhale. On an exhale, spin your hips toward the long edge of your mat. Ardha Chandrasana. Reach down with left fingertips and up with your right. And then inhale to revolve back to face down your hips toward the earth as your arms extend out to the side for airplane. If you need to take a break in between, that's fine. Inhale when you're ready. Revolve open to the long edge of your mat. And exhale, face back, airplane pose. Good, almost there. One more little revolution. Open your hips, stack right hip over left, Ardha Chandrasana. This time you can bring your left fingertips down to the earth. And then step your right foot all the way long and back behind you for like warrior two legs. And then ground your left palm to the inside of your left foot. Extended side angle. Reach up with your right fingertips and then grow them forward. Extending from the crown of your head. Again, lengthening out the side body. Contract your left side body to grow more into the right side. And then exhale, spin back to a low lunge, sending your palms to frame your left foot. Press into the earth, dome your shoulders, pick up your right foot so that the knee comes into your left tricep or armpit. And then spin your left shin at a 45-degree angle and slowly lower down, setting up for half pigeon. Crawl your right toes back behind you. Keep the toes tucked and draw your fingertips more to the midline. Inhale to squeeze everything together. Elevating your hips, maybe your fingertips are still grounded, and that's totally fine. And then on an exhale, you can melt your pelvic floor back down toward the earth. Maybe at this point, you go into half pigeon, folding forward, sleeping pigeon, or you can play a little bit more with a back bend. So find buoyancy in your hips, squeeze everything together, float your fingertips up overhead, and then inhale to cinch through your waist, explode your heart up into the sky. Shoulder blades come together to support you. Look up at your fingertips, and then maybe start to shift into your back body, leaning back. When you found your edge, you can rise all the way back up using your core and then melt your hips into the earth. And fold forward to slow everything down. And feel into every bit of unfolding, all the tingly, buzzy energy moving through all the trillions of your cells in your body. And let the breath flow through everywhere, completely unhindered. So your whole body becomes like this wide open channel for the flow of prana. Use your elbows and press your way all the way back up. Plant your palms, tuck your right toes behind you. Press your right knee away from the earth, and then press through your palms to pick up your left knee like an elevator. It lifts all the way back up to your left tricep or armpit. And then slowly step back downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up high onto the balls of your feet. Wave forward to high plank. Exhale, lower elbows into your rib cage all the way down to your belly. So pelvis drops and then your heart and your chin drop into the earth. Reach your arms back behind you, skimming the sides of your body with your palms facing down toward the mat. And then kick your heels in towards your glutes. Reach with both hands and at the same time, grab for your ankles. Flex your toes, draw your shoulder blades together. Take a full inhalation and grow your heart forward as you kick your ankles into your palms. Maybe stay here or flex and kick even more so that the tops of your thighs come to hover away from the earth. And then be like a rocking horse because of how much you're kicking from your glutes into your feet, into your hands. And so you start to roll forward and back, rock forward and back, right on your belly button. One more inhale. Lift your heart, lift your toes. And then exhale, release everything to the earth. Bring your palms to stack in front of you and drop your forehead down onto your hands. And if you'd like a little low back release, you can kick your heels in towards your glutes and then windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And take that if it feels good. And then lift your head off your hands and really lazily just roll to lie on your back. So as easily as you can get there. And then draw your heels in towards your glutes and reach up through your toes for legs up the wall, but without the wall. So just feel like a flushing or like draining down from your big toes all the way into your body. And you can extend your arms out to the side like Shavasana, so palms flip up to face toward the sky. And let go of any engagement or as much engagement as you can to just sort of let your feet, your legs float up overhead. Good. And draw your knees into your chest. Curl into a tiny ball. Give yourself a big, genuine hug, wrapping forearms around shins. Lift your shoulder blades up and away from the earth. Inhale. Exhale, Shavasana. Drop and let it all just melt. Let the back of your head and the back of your heart and your hands and your calves and your pelvis all melt into the earth. And get out any wiggles or fidgets or adjustments that you need to feel comfortable. Allow yourself to experience the serenity and the peace of just being still. Slowing down and feeling the more subtle vibrations of energy moving through your entire body. This flow as you breathe in and out easily and naturally. Allow your tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Soften the creases of your forehead. Let your scalp and the roots of your hair be soft. And be so relaxed that you could just melt right into the core of the earth. Begin to tune into this buzzing, this full body energy, moving through all your cells, all the fibers of your being. And you can feel this more by becoming aware of the space like a foot away from your body. Notice the difference between that space and the space that you occupy in your own body energetically. And breathe air into all of these spaces of buzzing, of brightness, of tingling, or whatever it is, however you experience that sensation. And then as you're ready, allow movement to come back to your fingertips and your toes, gently waking up. And then reach back with your arms to grow into a long body stretch, like you're digging your toes into the sand and reaching your fingertips up into the stars. Exhale and just drop everything back down into the earth. Let it go. Imagine that anything you don't need to carry in your physical body anymore is leaving it and coming out into the imprint that your body makes in the earth. And then leave all of that baggage that you're done with there in that imprint of your body as you roll out of it onto one side or the other for fetal pose. And you can rest your head down on your bicep and just reconnect. Feel almost lighter. Press into your palms. Stay with eyes closed or maybe a soft gaze. And rise your way all the way up to a spacious seat. Root down into your sitting bones. And then grow from your roots to your low belly. From your low belly into your solar plexus into your heart. Draw your palms to meet in front of your heart. And then carry energy up from your heart into your third eye as thumbs lift up, crown of your head rises. And exhale to bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I am definitely sweating, so I hope that you are too. I hope you're feeling good all over, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe to my channel down below because that really supports me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.